Good evening, everyone, on this dreary April 24th evening. I'm here to bring you some information that I think might be helpful to you. I'm Marilyn Pfisterer, City County Councillor for District 15, which encloses the old Speedway Neighborhood Association and all down south to the railroad, if that makes any sense, and goes all the way out to the county line, the Hendricks County line. So the information that I felt was really important to get to you, and I know I'm going to have missed some folks because you will already have renewed your driver's license for this year. But for those poor unfortunates that have not, here's the information. It's not like it was before. When you go to get your driver's license renewed, it will be for a real ID. That's the new logo, the real ID. And you will need a lot more documentation than you've ever had in the past. You need a proof of identification, which could be your birth certificate or your passport, 2 pieces of mail that prove your residency, that prove you live where you live. So a bank statement, a utility bill, your cable bill, something of that sort that comes to your address, 2 pieces, and your Social Security document. And that should cover all the males that are watching. The females that are watching, if the name on your birth certificate is different than that on your passport or your mail, then you need to take your marriage license showing that your name changed. So more information can be found at in.gov/BMV/2415.htm. And I'm going to go over that again if you're trying to write it. It's in.gov/BMV/2415.htm. Or you can call 1-888-692-6841. That's 1-888-692-6841. It is the voicemail prompts, having to go through all that. But if you need to get more information or hopefully talk to a live person, you can resource information there. So, moving right along, I've gotten my driver's license now. It only took me 2 trips, and I will say my poor sister had to make 3 trips to get her driver's license. So that's what prompted my urgency to share this information with you, to hopefully you can make it in 1 trip. And while you are doing commerce of any kind, I'm segueing into the next subject. IMPD has created e-commerce zones. So for those of you that may have things out on Craigslist for sale or eBay for sale, or you're buying from either of those 2 entities or anything else that you're making commerce online buying or selling, an e-commerce zone is a safe place that you can go to transact that, exchange the money and exchange whatever the product is. 551 North King is the Southwest headquarters for IMPD. I talked with Chief Campbell this morning, and we established that the lobby of the police station, I'm in the Speedway Town Hall, so the lobby of the police station right next door is secure, and it would be close to help if ever that was needed. And it certainly, I think, would elevate the transaction a little bit to have that kind of help. So I know fire stations would be another alternative. I would encourage you to call that fire station ahead of time and just make sure that it's okay, make sure that somebody's going to be there. So trying to keep you safe. I do encourage you all to go to a safe place, a police station, a fire station, and only during daylight hours, because I've heard of crimes being committed at midnight when these transactions were being made. And so let's be wise and be safe. Speaking of online, the city of Indianapolis is now getting into the 21st century and creating something called Shift Indy. And it's an opportunity to access information about more city services online. It's called Shift Indy, and there are a bunch of things on there already. Anything you do with the treasurer's office, if you want to change your address for your property taxes, if you want to get a homestead deduction, and you can do that online. You can make an open records request. There are all kinds of opportunities there for information while you're sitting at home in your jammies if you want to. So it is available at my.indy.gov, my.indy.gov. So check it out, because it is an opportunity to find out things and to be able to do things without having to go down to the city county building to establish that. So moving on, we've been hearing lots and lots about potholes and streets that are really in deplorable shape, and honestly, I have been reporting that. I started in January and reported several streets multiple times. So the ones that I was most concerned about, that you travel toward downtown Indianapolis, along Michigan, along 10th, along Lyndhurst, have been addressed. Perhaps not to the degree that we would like, but at least the potholes have been filled. I know I had several that I hit, and I was one of the ones that had to go buy a new tire. So those have been addressed. We are working on funding for more repairs. I have designated areas that I have requested strip patching, which is a lot better than the washboard that the pothole fillers leave. So we're working on that. Having said that, I wanted to let you know that Lyndhurst Drive from Vermont Street up to 10th Street is supposed to be paved this year. The contract will be let in May, and construction should begin June or thereabouts. So there will also be bridge rehabilitation at 16th Street over Little Eagle Creek and on Washington Street over Little Eagle Creek. They're working on the bridges there to make them safer. So those are in line for District 15 in the year 2018. Stay in touch with me if you would, because I drive a lot of streets and I kind of go out of my way pretty much regularly just so I'm driving a different street and I can see conditions, but I'm not seeing them all. So if you can let me know where the concerns are. I know here in Speedway it's not a concern. Your street department is absolutely wonderful, but outside Speedway, if you see something, say something about that if you would. And I can be reached at C as in cat, P as in Paul, fist, just like you make your hand into a fist, 1061 at AOL.com. And the email is really the best way to do that transaction, because that gives me all the details that I can then pass on to the agency, the city agency that needs to hear it. So it's cpfist1061 at AOL.com. And that's really all the information, urgent information that I had for you. There are a lot of things going on, but nothing that is coming to a conclusion at this point. So I will look forward to seeing you at the next town hall. Thanks so much. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.